Hello and welcome to all dear friends and the dear viewers. I am Anurag Kumar, and firstly I want to thank you to the respected teachers for giving me the presentations of Madagascar. Here I am little works on Madagascar. Firstly, I am starting with the introductions. The Madagascar country is the African country, and it is the second islands country after the Indonesia, and it is the biggest island country in Africa, and this country is belongs to the southern hemisphere, and the country is the nearly 4,400 kilometers away from the land by the South Africa Africas, and it is the lands of the Madagascar. Official name is the Republic of Madagascar, and the official language is French and Malagasy, and the capital of this country is Antananarivo, and there is Madagascar is the citizens of the Madagascar pronounced as the fatherland of the country, and here is many, the country is a fully isolated country, one of the isolated country in various years, and we know that the quality life is very poor in these countries because of lack of information about the politicals and their education. The teenager pregnancy are highly, and the others cases like HIV, AIDS, and the many malarias, the common illness are also available here. The average age of this country is only 19 years 6 months. And now we will briefly know about the history and geography and culture about history. The Madagascar's history is very isolated because the peoples the human settlements started before only 2000 years ago, because before that they have no any humans are settled here, and the Austronesian peoples and many archaeologists estimated that the peoples of Austronesians come here with the Carteret boards. This is the date of the boards comes here, and the many Central African natives comes here crossing to the Mozambique channels and settled hands, and the other groups of the peoples comes here and the settles here properly. And in tradings, there is the Arab traders comes here firstly nearly 7 to 9th century BC, century AD, and the South Indian Tamil traders comes here in nearly 11th century AD, and after that the Portuguese, Dutch comes nearly 16 or 17th ADs and 70 ADs, and the French who comes in lastly 17th century, but they rule as the empires come and make the colony of the French, and after that the island finish the kingship, the ideology of the kingship, and they are enjoying the French colonies, and after that they gains the independence on 26 June 1916, and after the independence they tilted to the eastern blocks. And about the geography, the Madagascar is a full covered by the nearly 5 lakh kilometer square areas and 5,000 nearly coastal area, and it is the now we will know the second biggest island country, and it is the very separated country because 115 years ago it's separated from the Africa, we know that, and 85 years separated from the India, and they have the peoples of theirs have not settled, so their culture the animals and plants are saved from the bad effect of the humans, and there is the many 19% of the plants and animals are endangered, which is not found in any place of the country, but it is only found in Madagascar, like baobabs, trees which is found only in Madagascar, and the lemurs which is animals, and more than hundreds species found in only Madagascar. It's not from the other countries and other places also. And the divisions of the mountains is it is Saratnas mountains range here, and the Antakana and the Avakonis mountain range here, and the southern east and the and north and west, the north and west monsoons create the hot rainy seasons between November to April here. And after that, ecology, the various of the animals and plant are founded here, and this is classified as biodiversity hotspots, and it also classified in 17 major diverse country. And there is a many highland there is a many ecoregions dividing, like highlands, dry deciduous forest, and many forests and mangroves also. About the economies, because of the late in 1960 independence, the countries try to surviving in economies, and they make the policies and programs. And after the making the plan and policies, the French influence about their programs and policy, and they have tried to make the key traders friends to Madagascar. After that, the country centralized and nationalized the many international companies, and the insurance industry also. The state also monopolized the textiles, coppers, and many sectors also. And after that's of the events, the graph of the economies of Madagascar is declining. After that, they in nearly 1852, that region the urban populations 50% decreases, and the rural populations 75% decreases. After that, IMF comes here and give the force to come structural reforms and liberalizations of the economies. After the bankrupt of the states in 1982, and they had the economies is now the economies is 9 billion GDP of 9 billion GDPs, and here is the majority of the crops are the cocoa, cashew, and vanilla, and vanilla and many things, and cloves also. The cloves and vanilla is the major crops of crops in theirs, and it is which is measures and which is not found in other country. Because of migrations of the peoples from the corners like Indonesia, Africa, and Europe, there is the mixed cultures in foods and many things also. The language is a Malagasy language is Malagasy, and from the 1960 to 2007 they have no any official language. After that, they select three languages like French, Malagasy, and the English. After the protest of the peoples, the referendums of the close the English, remove the English language, then the events happens in December 2010. Then the English are removed and the religions. According to the national census in 1993, the populations of the religions of local religions was 54%, and Christians was 41%. But the data published by the private bodies in 2020 is now the Christianity is 85% and local religions only 4%. And after that, arts, the many hand making things are and wooden things and household things created by the peoples of the Madagascar, and it's their culture, and it also appreciated by the UNESCO in culture heritage. Many things involved and listed. And sports. The sports is the Madagascar sent the first competitors in Olympics in 1964, and also African Games they sent in 1964, and rugby is the national sport of this country. And foods, the food culture also fully influenced by the Europe, China, India, and Indonesia. governance. Madagascar is a fully president's democracy republic, which is the head, where the head is a president, and who select the PMs, and the peoples directly select the presidents and the 127 members of the national assemblies. And here is the bad mark of politics. Here is the many protests, and the elections are wrong, re-elections are happens, and assassinations, and impeachment are happens also. And the president is Henry Rajoelina here. And here is my presentations complete, and so I concluding the presentations that I experience about this presentation is I know about the efforts of the humans to settle how they can involve in the natures, and they can destroy the natures, and the bad effect of the elections, elected leaders, and that's all.
Okay, I appreciate your presentation. And in your one slide, when you talked about geographical aspect of Madagascar,
yes,
you told that it was being part of India as well as Australian plate.
yes,
Correct?
85 billion years ago.
Something years ago.
Millions of years.
Fine. You tell me the reason for the separation of Madagascar from India and Australia. What was the reason?
It was the I found
Yes. Okay, over to you.
Madagascar play an important role in Indian economy. How?
maybe it's the many reasons. In one reasons I am giving the answer, that is a climate like monsoons. It's many dependence of the on Madagascar.
Okay, very good. So, while talking about Madagascar, you have said that in one report it was found that 80%
Yes, 85.
people, yes, 85% belong to the Christianity.
Yes,
So, what is the actual reason? Because Madagascar is a very separated.
yes.
So, what is the reason behind that? You have a lot of people who have faith in Christianity.
Maybe there is many opportunities given by the after the 1982 because of the liberalizations of the country, and the many reasons that the
Liberalization doesn't mean that the invasion of any culture.
Yes.
In India also we have witnessed the LPG
Yes.
from 1992.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean Hinduism got converted into Christianity and other Islam.
Yes.
What was the actual reason behind which we can say that this is the reason why there is a lot of Christianity people living in Madagascar?
The actual reason is not I don't know, but some of the things like Christianity is the only religions where we found that if anyone accept the Christianity, then they have the free provide the educations and the food also and land also.
Okay, over to you.
Yes. In recent days, we see the scenario that China attract towards Djibouti and the coastal area of Africa. As India, how you think that? And Madagascar also the part where the China invested. How do you think about this? Is India trying to invest in South African countries or not?
Yes, the India invested in mining things.
But we are lacking of technology, and we see China will investing more in technology as well as the many other sectors. How we compete China?
But how much we are wealthy in technology, we are efforting towards the African country.
Is any effort of India on South African coast to protect and give a confidence to other South African countries in unlike China?
according to the recent news, I only know about that the India only helps in minings areas, and by the help of the loan,
Where?
African countries,
Africa.
including
Any countries?
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you tell me about your experience of preparing presentation.
in experience of preparing this presentation is that my effort is the lackings, and I know about the Madagascars and their peoples are very underdevelopment, and it is the also good compared to some of the African country.
Fair enough. Very good. Clap for him.